to the 4th Street entrance and said, "Hi Dave, how you doing?" It was 9:20. I was on my way to go see my 4-year-old's parade at Holy Trinity. He says, "Beverly, if you don't have any police department business, I'm going to have you arrested. This needs to stop. Stop intimidating me, harassing me, not to feel free, and causing further hardships on my family's life. I am having investigated with your approval and without it. It needs to stop so that we can all be a better community with fair laws for all of us and be accountable for the wrongdoing that others are doing in official positions."
Is this a legal matter at this point?
Against the city of Dunkirk,
Is it a legal matter at this point?
it's caused hardships on my,
Is it a legal matter at this point?
in another court, for me, it has caused a hardship for me. Yes, it has.
You're not answering my question. Is it a legal matter at this point? Have you made the contact with an attorney or filed a claim or
I'm
anything?
trying not to hold any animosities, and no, I haven't put a notice of claim yet. I have 90 days to do that since March 22nd that she came into my home.
The reason I'm
So
asking you because if it is, ma'am.
No, it is not.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get on with it. I'm not here to dance. I'm not mixing any words, okay?
I understand where you're
Okay.
coming from, but if it is a legal matter at this point, then we shouldn't be
I'm
discussing.
trying to handle this civilly. I can't come in here if I'm
Understand.
threatened.
I understand.
This is a public building.
Make your comment,
I'd like to have it addressed with you sometime, Mayor, how this can be suited to suit everybody. How can I feel free to come in this public building if I'm threatened, if it's police business? This is water billing, this is, the Dan Guard is here. This is a community building. How can I feel comfortable if I'm threatened right at this 4th Street at 9:20 a.m.?
Jim, I'd like to address this
Okay.
as soon as she's done.
Council have any objection
Tell the whole story, Miss.
to Chief Ortolano addressing?
You failed to tell.
How much minutes do I have? I have 3 minutes, and I got a lot of
Go ahead,
minutes. I'll call more.
finish your 3 minutes and I'll
Finish your
talk.
time. Finish your time.
About 30 seconds.
This can't be finished in 3 minutes.
You have 3 minutes total. You have less than 30 seconds.
I'd like to know how we can address this further. I'm open.
Well, first off, if your time is done, I'd like to address the accusations you've made against me and my police department. Okay, first off, the officers responded to your house to a call placed by 911. They didn't go there on their own. Okay, someone from within your house called 911 for help.
Yes.
Okay, secondly, what you failed to say is before the day I told you if you weren't coming in for legal business, you were removed 2 days prior to that because you came into the police station, barged your way into my office, ran past my secretary, was abusive to me, was abusive and derogatory to my desk sergeant, and you were abusive and derogatory to my secretary. And I advised you at that time that that was not proper behavior and I would not put up with that. And I did not tell you you could not come into City Hall. What I told you was if you came into the police station, you better have legitimate police business. And you've requested several forms which have been supplied to you in a timely fashion. We have not given you what you've requested or asked for in FOIL. And I'm going to tell you what I've told you all along. Child Protection Services is involved in this case. They have been involved since day one at the beginning, and it is still under investigation. When they are complete, they will notify you of the findings. And those are the reports you want, and I cannot give them to you because Child Protection Services is still involved.
I asked for the domestic violence report.
And you received it. It was mailed
I
to
have,
you.
you mailed it to me, and the procedure is leave your name and address, and then we will notify you, and we'll charge you 25 cents a copy. Why are you doing such a favor for me now?
It was mailed
I don't
to
want favors. I want the law executed fairly for
The law
everyone.
was executed fairly.
So how did you mail it to me? Am I going to pay for it, Dave?
Ma'am,
You just said you mailed it to me.
It was mailed.
Right. Why don't I come here and pay the clerk 25 cents a sheet?
ma'am, would you sit down, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Anyone else? Privilege of the floor is closed. We go on to, before we continue on, just for the record, the following department heads have been excused for tonight: Al Zarowski, Keith Alstrom, Dan Guard, and Tony Cugino. They have been excused for tonight's meeting. They can note that our Chief Alstrom was at the workshop session but had another commitment. Now continue on with communications from the mayor, including any disapproval messages. Go on to communications from the public and petitions.
Communication from Buffalo News Kids Day advising that they will be selling copies of the Buffalo News for Children's Hospital on Tuesday, April 28th from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on routes 20, 60, Vineyard Drive, and Central Avenue.
It's a pleasure. Councilman Dilts,
Make a motion, we accept and refer to police department.
second to that. Councilwoman Ferraro. Any further discussion? Not, clerk call the roll.
Councilman Doltz.
Aye.
Councilman Muldowney.
Aye.
Councilwoman Floramo.
Aye.
Councilman George.
Aye.
Councilman Scott.
Aye, carried.
Petition from James White, Community Prayer Service Coordinator, requesting to use Washington Park with the gazebo and electricity for the National Day of Prayer on May 7th, starting at 7 p.m.
It's your pleasure.
So
Councilwoman Ferraro.
Refer to the police and, I guess, probably Public Works. is
Public
gonna
Works.
be-
Second to that, Councilman Dilts. Any other discussion? Not, clerk call the roll.
Councilman Doltz.
Aye.
Councilman Muldowney.
Aye.
Councilwoman Floramo.
Aye.
Councilman George.
Aye.
Councilman Scott.
Aye, carried.
Petition from James Payne, petition from James Payne, got my verses mixed up. Requesting permission to operate a seasonal mobile concession stand from the parking lot located at 717 Lakeshore Drive East.
It's a pleasure, Councilwoman Ferraro. So moved that we accept the request.
Yes.
Second for that, Councilman Dilts. Any further discussion?
Jim?
No, go ahead.
I really have to speak in objection to it, being a petition and a letter request. I don't know what my legal ramifications are. I guess it was a resolution, I'd veto it, but I don't know what the position is now. Not have to wait for the attorney to get back. But at this time, I do feel that, had the proper procedure been followed, going through the zoning board at their meeting, and not talking to Al later, or this guy later, or that guy later, I don't know if we wouldn't have had a different outcome than what we have right now. And at this point, I'd like to, on behalf of the mayor's office, I'd like to oppose this at this time. I'd love to see it just table it for 2 weeks. That's all I'm asking, and that's basically what I'd like to see you do. I just think that, and I know where Mr. Payne is, and is trying to get things taken care of, but I've been at the edge with him numerous times over the past 6, 7 years, and this is just another time that we're pressing the panic button, and I don't think it's necessary at this time.
Any other discussion? Councilman